Ready to go into the caravan, and what I'm with right now is the group of individuals who the hardy souls were riding in the 1954 caravan, and we're going to hear some of their adventures on that trip. I'm going to start over here with, I think, Brian, you had one to tell us as far as what happened. Who are you?
My name is Royanne Hackett. I'm from Buckhannon, West Virginia. I rode in the caravan 50 years ago. Okay, and basically, I guess my biggest memory was the big rainstorm, and I was small at the time, and somebody put hay over my saddle. And the next morning I looked out and I saw hundreds of hay bales, but I couldn't find my saddle. So I sat and cried until Jack Carlson came along and helped me, quite actually. So probably the rain, and then I lost my meal ticket one night and I felt like I couldn't eat, and so I sat on my horse and cried again until somebody came along and took me to dinner.
Were you on the 2004 caravan?
I just rode yesterday in a wagon.
And how was it?
It was lovely. It was great. The weather was fine, and we had a great time. I was with some friends from all over the country who joined us, the caravan too, for the day yesterday.
Any other stories?
It rained every damn night.
It just rained on Wednesday. It just rained on Wednesday.
When we left Tacoma,
Please tell me.
when we left
Tell
Tacoma,
me who you are.
David McCoy,
From
Lebanon, Iowa, down by Casaqua. But it rained when we left Tacoma. It was raining so hard that the water was running out of my boots. One other thing we did was one of the pop trucks back in those days. The pop trucks didn't have no sides on them, so when they drove by, well, we just help ourselves to pop. That's probably why they have sides on them today.
I remember Royanne's. I'm Lois Cryle Brocken from Fairfield. I rode in 1954. I remember that Hugh and Frances Hudgel and their daughter were ahead of us. I was riding a horse. I rode a golden palomino, and my folks drove a team of horses on a covered wagon. They were going toward this railroad west of Pella, I believe it is. It was kitty-cornered across the highway, and their wheels got stuck. Somebody said the wheel came off. I just remember it got stuck. So I thought, how are they going to get out of there?
I remember that. Everything came to a halt after that.
Right.
Pass it over. Yeah, please tell us who you are and where you're from.
I'm Ramona Bagby. I'm from down by Stockport, and I'm the surviving of the 4 members of the Bagby family that came on the original ride. And I was the original Iron Britches.
Oh my gosh, great.
The first night out of, we stopped at Ottumwa, and it was so hot, and we were so glad to be able to take a shower. And I discovered when I went to undress to take my shower, I had no underwear seat left. My jeans had eaten it up. So I said I was the original Iron Britches.
I'm Loretta Cryle-Dearce. I'm a sister to Lois Brocken. I rode in the wagon with my folks, and I was 9 years old, so I just remember all the fun and seeing all the people that drove by in their cars to see the caravan. And one thing that really I remember is the parade around the racetrack when we got up there and seeing all the people up in the grandstand watching and this wagon train coming through. And the Indian raid scared me out of my, you know what?
Now, did you,
Out of my iron britches, yeah.
Did you participate in the 2004 caravan?
I've been on the headquarters committee helping with that. We're the ones that, in 2004. And I rode yesterday morning in the wagon with Bob Pringle, so I could say I rode, and then I'll be in the parade today. And everybody's been so nice here. It's been fun meeting people and working with them, and it's been a lot of fun.
Is it good to see the 50 years?
Yeah. I don't think I'll see the next 50, but
Especially for those who went
you guys,
50 years ago.
Molly, you want to?
Kitty.
You don't have any stories.
My name is Mary Dale Wasson Griffiths.
I can't really remember a whole lot, I guess, 50 years ago. I do remember the wagon breaking down on the railroad tracks. And my horse got sick the last day, but we got there. We got him home, got the vet, and he was all right then.
Did you ride in this?
No, we came in this morning. We're going to ride in the parade. So that's all I can think of, I guess.
Anybody else here?
I'll say something. Oh, go ahead. She's looking.
Go ahead. Go.
I'm Charlie Wise, and my buddy and I came up, and you had to be 16, or if you weren't 16, you had to have a chaperone. And I had just turned 16 the week before. My buddy was 15, so I was his chaperone. And I do remember, I agree with this one guy, it rained every night, and it got 100 every day. And at night, you'd lay down, you could hear them horses' hoofs on the pavement, clappity, clappity, clap. You could hear it all night long. That's been a long time ago.
Possibly the reason I don't remember all the rain except the one on Wednesday night. My boyfriend came up to see me every night of the caravan.
My name is Carolyn Loudon Owens, and I went in 1954. My dad was Elmer Loudon. He's deceased now, and I was 12 years old, and he was my chaperone. And my friend Pat Pierce Amat went with the two of us, Dad and I. And I remember we were dressed in rain gear when we left. I have pictures to prove that rainy day, but I think it rained quite a bit all the rest of the time too. And we thought we were broken because we rode horses about 14 miles every weekend for at least all summer, breaking ourselves in getting ready to go, and we got blisters besides, or at least I did. And we got sick. It felt like it was on the Pella Baloney, and our horses had to be trucked in the last day, and we stayed in a motel, and then we did get to ride in the Grand Entry the last day.
I'm Pat Pierce Amet from down in California, and I rode with Carolyn and her dad, and I think the thing that I remember the most is the rainstorm, because we were sleeping in a tent on the ground, and we woke up when the water started coming underneath the tent, and we opened up the end of the tent and looked out, and there was this Indian running by. We never did really hear them because of the storm itself. It was too loud. We didn't hear them whooping and hollering, but I think that's probably what I remember the most.
I would like to. I have thought of one more thing. I wanted to mention, I rode in the wagon with my folks, and it was Andy and Dorothy Cryle, and how hard my dad worked getting those horses broke in so they'd make it the trip. We'd take a wagon and go down to the creek and load it with sand and come back. I have no idea what he did with all that sand. And plus, it's fun because I went this year, or 50 years ago. My daughter's on this one this year, came from California, so she could ride in the wagon, and she's enjoyed it and had lots of fun.
I'm Martha Root Fritchen, and I rode with Henry and Wanda Boink, and we rode every step of the way. And I remember that the bad storm in Oskaloosa.
I think everybody remembers.
Yes.
We ended up in
Would you
the
please
barn.
open so we can see? I want to see your.
Oh, great.
Wonderful.
Oh, my goodness.
I got mine too.
Well, Mrs. Bagby here, their group rode behind our wagon. Oh, the Bagby group rode behind our wagon, and I remember her father-in-law one day telling us, he says, I'll bet you I can play, I think it was Yankee Doodle Dandy backwards or something. And I said, no, you can't. He says, oh, yes, I can. So he turned around backwards on the saddle and played it on, I think, the harmonica, but I just... Sounds like it. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. And we always rode in the same order every day, a wagon, then a group of horses, and the Bagbys were always behind us every day. So we had a lot of fun.
How was it different this year?
Well, it was a little more relaxed, I think. People rode, and if they wanted to pass, they could, but it went real well. If some of the horses were friskier, why they sort of let them go. The wagon I rode yesterday, I think those horses could have run and trotted all day. They had lots of energy even yesterday, so it was fun. It was Bob Pringle's wagon, and He graduated with my husband from high school, so I've known him a long time and used to live out in the Salina area. So it's been a fun time. Pardon?
Did Pringle go 50?
No, he wanted to, but he said yesterday he'd planned to, but he just a few days before fell and broke his elbow, so he didn't get to go. So that's why he came this time.
50 years ago, 93 years old. Well, I'm Kenneth Paul from the Fairfield area. My Uncle Wilmer Reapy had a team 50 years ago, and I rode a little bit with him, but actually what I did most of the time, I was a member of the National Guard and I was a support person. I drove the kitchen truck then and pulled the water trailer, and I helped put up rope horse corrals. And I wanted to go this year, and it wasn't going to work out, so I did make it up here to spend the day today.
Did you always still have your red and white green shirts that we got?
I think mine's in the trunk in the attic, or else I took it out and put it upstairs.
You don't think I'm going to tell them about stealing watermelon,
Tell
do
them
you?
your name and where you're from.
Wallace Plowing, Bloomfield, Iowa. Made the first ride every step of the way except the day I fell off the horse when he slipped on the curb. But I got back on, still rode the whole way. And West Eddyville, there was a watermelon patch, and I'm not denying or admitting anything, but a lot of people eat watermelon that day, along with the Pepsi truck. Thank you.
Back to the National Guard. Could you tell us about, since you were in that tent when the storm came, what happened with lunch in Oskaloosa?
Well, believe it or not, the cooks, I think, got it out, but it was kind of a battle, as I remember. But I slept in one of the trucks, so I survived a little bit better than some of the people that were in tents and wagons.
Okay. That's all right.
I'm Jim Blecker, Amarillo, Texas. I rode on the 154, and it was a great experience, and I rode some on the wagon this time, and looking forward to being in the parade up here, and everything's looking good. Glad to be here.
I'm Max Jacobs from New Sharon. I was 15 when I started in Oskaloosa. We had a terrible storm that night. We had another in Monroe, and we went to an old barn and slept in it and stayed in the campgrounds at Des Moines, and there was no campers, it was just bare sod. And then we rode around the grandstand, and that was a very big highlight.
Yesterday, you were talking about 50 years ago, but yesterday when we were leaving the camp, all of a sudden we heard this coming by us, and there was a horse loose running towards the highway, and a guy came along. He lassoed and missed, and he finally did catch him with the lasso and got him. So we thought we had our own rodeo right here. So they do get loose even now, no matter what you do.
I'm Sharon Lewis, and I rode all the way last year, 50 years ago, except that I got up sick in Monroe, and so I had to go home overnight, and they trucked my horse into the fairgrounds, so I did get to ride the last day. But it's 50 years late, but I would like to thank the National Guard, because even at 15 years old, I was impressed with what they did to make it good for us. We had a good time.
Hi, I'm Dixie Hickenbottom, and I rode with my dad when I was 10 years old, and Pardon? Oh, my dad was Dean Beresford, and I begged my dad all summer long to ride, and so as a birthday surprise, why I got to go, but I didn't go all the way, but it was a lot of fun.
Introduce myself. I'm a little hard of hearing.
Okay.
I'm Chester Nelson, Hedrick, Iowa. I come 50 years ago, the Wagon.
And your age now?
I'm 93.
93. What do you remember about 1954?
Printer had a wreck.
Had a wreck. What happened?
Well, wheels got hot on the wagon.
Oh my gosh.
They got to smoking.
You were driving too fast.
Yeah.
So did you have a fire?
No, I didn't burn.
It burned. So what'd you have to do?
We had to grease the wheels, stop and grease the wheels.
What did you use for grease?
Axle grease, regular axle grease.
Yeah, I had that. Okay. And so you're joining us today? You're joining us today?
Yes,
2054. That's wonderful. So glad to have you with us.
Okay, thanks a lot.
I'm Lois Brocken again. Elmer Loudon's daughter said he was in the parade. I didn't know that. I didn't know him at the time, but he ended up being one of our neighbors and one of my dearest friends. He would transmit messages from the guys who were out hunting coyotes. They'd call him, and then he'd call me to tell me where they were or what they needed. Became one of my dearest friends.
Good morning.
Yes, and we've got Gary Bonnet, who carried the flag in
1954.
And you got your whole family here.
Yes, got my wife and my grandchildren and my son and my daughter-in-law and my sister Janine here.
Janine, better get over here and get in this. And did you, Janine, ride in 50 years ago?
No, I didn't.
Well, she don't look 50.
Well, I could have, but
You didn't. So how does it feel to be doing this again 50 years later?
Well, they made the saddles a lot softer 50 years ago.
Are you sure it was the saddles?
Probably not. I'm not gonna admit it.
How's the ride been?
It's been great. The weather's been perfect and no big problems really.
What was the weather like 50 years ago?
Well, as I recall, it rained on us before we got out of Fairfield, and we had a storm in Oskaloosa that knocked some tents down and rained. And, I think it was a lot hotter 50 years ago, but memory don't always serve me correctly.
Well, I understand in some of the research I'd done that somebody got married on the square and it was 102 degrees that day.
That's what I understand. Again, when you're 15, you really, weather don't bother you and hard beds don't bother you a bit.
Little different?
Yeah.
Parade's getting ready to go. This is the 2004 Caravan, and with me I've got Ernie Hinkle, who was on the 1954 Caravan. Ernie, what do you see that's different? How's it look? How are we looking?
Well, there's, I really can't make out a lot of difference. I don't know just how they've got it divided up. I think this year, apparently they're running several saddle horses and then a wagon. Is that the way they're doing it? Have you noticed?
I think people have just been kind of going wherever they feel comfortable and fitting in. Yeah.
Well, before, of course, neighbors or relatives and stuff, they kind of tried to travel together, or wagons and stuff. I don't remember a set pattern there. Of course, by riding horses, I can't tell you a whole lot about it.
Well, they're looking good, aren't they?
Yeah, they look great.
We got our flags, we got everybody.
Yeah, looks like it'll be quite a parade.
Looking good. We got, huh?
Robbed the stagecoach. They got a shotgun, got me before I even got my gun out.
Give me your name and where you're from.
Oh, Merle Fawcett from Cedar, Iowa.
He tried to hold up a stagecoach. They ignored him.
They got the drop on me.
Looking good. You won an award for the most authentic dress, right? All right. And we're from Montana. Everybody's getting ready? Getting ready to head out? Go.
We gotta do it?
Yep.
You ready, guys? We get scoop, back my girl, way.
And to think I'm riding with these people. You guys are ready and you're heading in, right?
You ready? Yep.
Gotcha. Oh, Bill. How's it been going, Bill? How's it been going?
Good, good.
Oh, good. And now we're making ready for the grand entry into the parade. Okay, folks, I'm riding a wagon this time, so you're going to get the real feel of the trip.
Stuff, huh?
The real stuff.
How do we get copies of this?
We'll do this one-handed.
Yeah, you want to hang on.
We're moving out. Lead wagons are out. Folks, if I drop you, I apologize. Trail boss.
Talk with you folks, we don't get to see you again.
I'm worried about it.
Yeah, she can't call Steve because he did. I'm Elsie Foster, and my husband is Mike Foster. And the guys, this is Gilly Rozeboom's wagon and team. And Gilly is 77 years old. And this is his big last hurrah. He's getting old enough now that he has a hard time doing the team by himself, so he's going to sell his team.
So we are riding in what wagon?
We're riding in the Vermeer sponsored wagon.
And we have what pulling it?
We have a team of draft quarter horse crosses. Belgian quarter horse crosses.
You know, ages?
10 and 11, I think. 10 and 11 years old.
Mares, geldings?
Both mares. It's Pet and Ribbon. And
so this is his last big.
This is his last big ride.
And he's been on the whole way.
He's been on the whole way.
See that?
We've all been on the whole way. This is Mike's brother, Glenn. His name is Glenn Foster. They've been with us the whole way. And his wife Trina.
And then Mike Foster.
Mike Foster is from Monroe. He works at Vermeer's.
And he's been helping us out a lot.
Yes.
With it.
He's been helping us out a lot.
I'm going to say Vermeer's been awesome for us. I'm not picking up. I'm getting the chance to ride into the Caravan 2004 Iowa State Fair on the Vermeer wagon. And I've got Mr. Foster on my right, who's helped us out. The Vermeer company's helped us out a lot with the lead tractor and the back tractor the whole way. And on my left, our driver is
Gil Rozeboom.
Gil Rozeboom. And we've got a pair of Belgians.
A pair of three-quarter draft.
Three-quarter draft.
They're half purchase.
Oh, beautiful. And I'm seeing some lines going down. Usually when I ride a horse, I've got one rein on each side. You only have one rein in each hand, but you've got two horses. How does that work?
You're just trickier than heck, aren't you, Gil? Handling two horses with two lines.
So they split into a Y, huh? Back there in their backs?
Yep. Yep.
So you end up with having two reins.
Yep.
Each.
Really, in essence, yeah. They Y out and then one, they just cross over and tie into both animals.
How long has this team been working together?
Well, how long have they been working together, Gilly?
What was that?
How long has this team been working together? How long have they been working together?
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful, and they've gone the whole way.
Yep.
They're going to think this is a piece of cake today, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right.
4 miles in and 4 miles back.
Yeah.
They're doing good.
Easy, girl.
Whoop. Easy, girl.
How long does it take you to get them ready in the morning?
Oh,
half hour.
Yeah.
And when we're saying getting ready, what do you do as far as getting them ready for the ride?
We rub them down, curry them a little bit, and put the collars and the harness on, and we'll hitch them up, and we're ready to go.
Do you feed and water them before
yeah, we got water in front of them all night.
All right, what do they eat as far as your feed? What are you giving them?
I give them a little horse mix, corn and oats mixed together.
Okay, and about how much are we talking? A couple of cups or?
Oh, a gallon.
A gallon.
Yeah.
And then they get that twice a day then?
That's right.
Also, all the hay they want?
All the hay they want.
Boy, is that cheaper than the $1.87 gas we're getting right now?
That's gotta beat all the
pieces. So they get pretty good gas mileage.
They get good gas mileage.
Wondering what it'd be like going to drive up at McDonald's with a team like this in a wagon.
We were hoping you guys would.
But I like it here. It's fresh.
What are you doing?
He's thinking about kicking. That's what she's doing.
What are we doing?
They're stopped. Hang on, we're getting ready.
I don't know about that, but she was going to pull up to a garbage can yesterday and get a drink of water, she thought.
an awesome place to ride and walk.
You're so right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You got it. Are you? You're at speed limit, right? 25 mile an hour.
Yeah. Stepped up communications with cell phones on this ride.
Yep.
You know, not have to stop and make smoke signals and that kind of thing to communicate. But we haven't got the horses fired up that much yet.
Now going down a hill like this, you use brake?
Yes, I do.
And the brakes is it a wood or is it a
hydraulic brake?
Hydraulics. Okay, you've got rubber tires on the wagon then.
Yes.
Okay, these older wagons that have the steel, what do they use then?
Right.
They have like a wood rubbing against the...
Yeah, they're just a friction brake.
Friction, okay.
The block of wood rubs up against the steel wheel.
See a long ways from his hillside, can't you? Going over there, then we gotta come back.
Okay, Pat.
Well, I would imagine we are.
How? Oh, you guys gonna tie him up there? Hey, you betcha.
You betcha.
Maybe somebody else pick that up before long.
It's come down quite a big hill. And it's rough traveling on the pavement. It looks like everybody's doing pretty darn good. As a kid, my family took a trip, and my brother and I stayed with them. And we had a farm in Pennsylvania that I spent with Bess and Bert, team just like this. We put up hay and put the hay in the barn and all that. So do you have an Amish friend that does the shoeing then for your horses?
Yeah, he shoes horses and breaks horses. He has 8 kids.
8 kids.
A 9 and a 12-year-old was hitching up some horses that they were breaking when I was shoeing these horses.
Oh my gosh.
And they got along just fine.
Well, I've heard of several drivers, as I said, on the trip, saying they've taken their horses, their teams to the Amish for breaking.
Yeah.
Well, tell her about that story about the hay while you was there, them loading that hay up.
He told them to go down and get that hay out of the field with that horse that they were breaking and another horse. And they went with a long sled type deal with boards on it. Quite a while later, I heard them runners squeaking over the rocks out there again. I looked out, and here they had that sled piled way full of hay. Them horses were just pulling.
And that's his 12-year-old he's talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just a couple kids.
Prudential building off the left in the background.
It's a train track, Joe. Be still. I was in my toy box.
Oh, you.
Down here and loading these rolls right here.
You see a tractor?
We might do that. We go ahead and jump on our shuttle and get up to the campground, get our cars and run back out and get it.
Yeah, and I think there might be some other like trucks or whatever too if we need to get in.
What's that?
We may have some trucks up here too.
Oh, okay.
That of just guys like the sag wagon people and stuff.
You're going to pull a trailer down here and load them up and they're riding them all the way down.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, yeah, you could just sit down here. Do you have? I was gonna say, you guys are your own support group.
No, not.
We got enough room. Yeah. Hey Glenn, watch yourself because he gets a bit of a run for it when he goes across these tracks. Keep your mind off the tracks.
Get that horse out of the way.
Look out! Coming across!
Is waiting.
Easy, girl. You know what would be neat is if we could just kind of plan a 5-year reunion of this group and send out a letter and get some of those folks together.
That would be good.
Oh, you missed.
Yeah, every 5 years, everybody meet and get together. You wouldn't have to drive all the way.
We're at the fairgrounds. Okay, everybody, we've made it. We're here, and we've got 10 minutes till parade starts. We'll be heading straight down here to the Grand Concourse. See you in a little bit. Good. Good. You betcha.
Where's your horse? Yes, I did.
Oh, pretty cat.
No, you're not. I am. Gotta get good. These guys still know it. You're good.
We're well practiced, but I see you back for that.
Yeah.
How's it going? Good, how are you?
We have many companies that helped us with this. And at this time, we would like to thank them.
You guys look awesome.
Well, thank you.
Hey, Virgil. You did. You guys look awesome. Hi, Jesse. beautiful. Oh, you look awesome. Good. These folks are from Montana. Looking good, Montana. Folks, the Vermeer wagon rode in on, gave you the rough ride. Good. Look, he got her. Looking good. I'm glad you got your better half. Good morning. Looking good. They're not going to know what to do when we stop. Looking good. Good. They told us it was done. These little guys have gone the whole way. Cody, you look awesome. You look good. We made it, girls. We made it. The whole way. Megan, we did it. And we're just going to camp next time, right? We did it, go! We did it! Looking good, Kentucky. Gosh, you guys look good.
Hey, thank you.
Good. They won't let you ride, or you changing tires? Looking good, group. Looking good. I think I got a beautiful shot. Ah, you guys, you clean up good. Where's the family? Family back here. Hey, wave. Good. Hey, remember, smile. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I thought I had you trained. Oh, God. I thought you good. Yeah, I'm everywhere. Got you good. Oh, you're doing good. Like the pink flowers. Good. Oh. I'm gonna have to come talk to you about them. Did you bring the babies with you? No, they're back. Good. What an awesome group. You betcha. We couldn't miss this, could we? Looking good. Oh, you're not kidding. And they were supposed to have been done. They were supposed to have been over with. Well, looking good, guys. You made it. You made it. We made it. Yeah, we made it. Ah, looking good. Look good. Oh, you guys look great. Looking good. We made it. We made it. Oh, good. I'm glad he's good.
Hi, Jay Chapman.
Hi there, Mr. Dean Riley. Beautiful. So good. Looking good.
All right. Team.
It's been our littlest rider on the trip. Looking good, Gary. We made it. We made it. We sure did. Oxbow Company, you guys look awesome. You're not kidding. Energizer bunnies. You guys looking good. Looking good. This wagon won the trophy last night for the most authentic wagon on the wagon tree, owned by Lori Anderson. Good. Oh, awesome. This little gal won trophy for the most authentic 0 to 6-year-old. I guess. Good morning, and these were trophy winners for the most authentic dress, and Jennifer and Doug rode the whole way dressed in. And this is our trail boss, Steve Fritchen. Steve! Good going. You're done. We're now leaving the fairgrounds. Made the circuit. Yeah, and I'm going to need a hug. Are they? You guys just look as handsome as you did in the other end. No. You can quit smiling, Jesse. Nations. You get. Hey, folks. Hey, folks. Yep. Thank you. Good. Get you from both sides.
Oh, I don't think that's a good one.
You look good. You guys are awesome. Looking good. Fosters.
Hey.
The Winslows. Oh, they were supposed to have been done before we got in here, those bombs. Looking good. Ah! I think it's like this and then...
Parade wave.
Yeah. Pearls. Has that student driver learned how to do it yet? No. We'll go. I was going to get in the middle of you.
Aaron, go get me my pizza. Hurry. No. Have any money.
You look good from both sides. Good.
Don't cross, sir.
Can you back up, please? Thank you. Looking good. We're done. Looking good. Looking awesome. Who let him on? You guys are just... Has it been worth it, Tom and Wayne?
Oh, you got it. Great.
Good. You look good. Ready to go home? You guys look good from both sides. Hey, I'm on skates. Yeah, hello there. You guys look great from both sides.
Hey, there you go. Thank
you. Good from both sides. just not going to know what to do with an 8-mile day, are they? They aren't going to know what to do with an 8-mile day. These guys want to trot home, don't they? 8 miles, geez, piece of cake. Good for both sides.
The next generations of Browns right here.
That great.
Where's he going?
He has to be out on the concourse.
Oh, okay. You guys getting out, or you gonna go get back down?
Hey.
You're supposed to wait.
You guys look good from both sides.
Well, thank you.
That's get you from both sides. Looking good.
We know that.
That's
all over
from
camp.
both sides. These gals aren't going to know what to do with an 8-mile day. That's right. I figure they got another 20 to go, but good. I'm glad you guys have got those. Put them up so I can get them. Good.
I'm almost sad it's over.
I know it. Same here. Same here. Good. Hold that trophy up. Girls, over here. Put the trophies over here. Right here. Oh, I won't even notice it. Good.
It's amazing. I didn't see half these people.
I know.
Myself too busy camping.
Yep.
Were they there?
And this is the end of an awesome 4.5 days.
We had fun.
Great
way to see the counties.
You're not kidding. Oh, all 3. We got 3 of us.
Sherry?
You guys are staying. On the horse, we've got Lori Anderson. Her wagon won the most authentic in the contest for the Caravan.
Are you gonna be here?
Susan.
My name is Lori Richardson. I'm from Adel, Iowa, and I just participated in the Iowa State Fair Horse Caravan.
And you bought your wagon where?
We bought our wagon at the Waverly Horse Auction last spring, and we got a heck of a deal on it. We bought it for $2.50, just the box itself, and we had the wheelbase at home, and we put a new floor in it because the floor was rotten, and fixed it up a little, and this is what we ended up with.
And you won the most authentic wagon.
Yes, we did. We won the most authentic wagon during the competition, during the horse caravan.
Had you planned on coming on the Caravan?
Yeah, we heard about the Caravan about a year ago at the State Fair last year. There were some brochures around, and I ended up calling and talking to them and did some of the publicity for the ride and helped with a little bit of the planning and got a wagon and a group together to come and enjoy it. So,
how did the trip go?
The trip was fun. It was cool weather, good for the animals, and early mornings, 4 o'clock in the morning, we were up and going, and ready to hit the bed at night.
How many in your group?
Oh, we probably had 10 or 15 people with our group.
Now this other wagon's joining you.
We also have a second wagon with us with the mules on, and it has actually made the trip from Nauvoo, Illinois to Salt Lake City and been in the Olympics and several other major events around the country.
All right, so is this a true Conestoga wagon? Or the Prairie Schooner, I mean, as tall as it is. Is that all the natural stuff, you know?
It's an old authentic wagon, but I'm not sure the year on it or anything of that nature.
And so they had mules pulling that one?
Yes, these mules pulled. Actually, those mules were the ones that pulled it to Salt Lake City.
Oh my gosh, and when did they do that trip? They're part of the Oxbow?
They're part of the Oxbow group, and they did that in about 97 and 98, I think. There were 2 summers they did that.
That's the one that took 3 weeks from Nauvoo to Sioux City?
3 months.
3 months from Nauvoo to
Omaha, and then the next summer they did Omaha to Salt Lake City.
And how long did it take to get there?
I think it's about 3 months both ways.
Both ways on that.
Yep.
So how big is this Oxbow group?
I don't know if I can tell you. There's probably a couple hundred members, I would guess, in the Oxbow group.
Are you in the Oxbow?
And I'm a member in the Oxbow, and so is Glenn. They do a lot of different events all over the state through the summer and fall. It's a good group to belong to.
So what's your next adventure then?
Well, my next adventure, we're taking just the horses and going to Wyoming for an elk hunt in September. So that's the next.
You're not done?
No, we'll never be done, I don't think. There's always something new to look forward to.
Okay. Just tell us about the breaking trouble with that.
Okay, on about day 3, we were in an area that had a lot of hills up and down, and we just headed down one of the biggest ones and our brakes went out. We lost a bolt that fell off right here, and luckily we carry a lot of extra parts with us, and we stopped and pulled over. The horses were able to hold the wagon going down the hill, fortunately, and we got to the top of the next hill. We stopped and found another bolt to put in so we could keep going. If we hadn't had a bolt, we would have made it, but it would have been a lot harder on the horses not having the brakes to hold the wagon.
Yeah, what is your team? What do you
we have a team of Morgans, and the black one is probably 12, and the red one is 4. We just started training her this summer, and she's pregnant and due to have a baby sometime soon.
Oh my gosh. Morgans, why did you choose Morgans? Why do you choose?
We like the Morgans because they're great to ride, and they're also great to pull and work with too. Good personalities.
Right, awesome. It's interesting talking with everybody about their particular breed.
Yeah.
What's going on? Let's take a look at the inside.
Okay. Guys,
you can introduce them.
Okay. These are my kids that came along on the ride. We have Colby, who's 4. We have Cooper, who's 8. And we have Mauricio, who's here with us from Mexico. He's a foreign exchange student. And we'll show you the inside of the wagon. We put a new floor in, and we've made some benches on the sides, and we have a board that slides in here. At night, the one child can sleep on the bottom and 2 on the top, and that's where they slept. So
you guys rough it. You do it the right way.
You bet. We rough it when we go on these adventures. Makes it more fun that way.
You guys.
Everybody is so tired.
And these guys don't know what to do quitting now, do they?
No. Yesterday they were galloping uphill, getting up some of those hills. I couldn't believe it. I thought, how do you have energy after 100 miles? I know my butt was feeling every mile of it. So I was like,
what was the most memorable part of the trip?
Oh man.
Too many, or?
Boy, it's so hard to choose. I really anticipated that the first day would be exciting, and then today would be exciting. Well, it's been exciting every single day. I brought books and things like that to read, and I've never needed anything. I mean, it's always something going on,
Yes. And don't you feel like you've just been taking a nap and not sleeping?
Oh yeah. Definitely. 4 o'clock comes really early in the morning.
Yes, it does. And what do you start doing at 4 o'clock?
We feed them first, and then just kind of start getting things ready to put in the wagon, get drinks in the wagon and things like that for the day. And We do eat breakfast sometimes. And
You're transporting your...
Right, we got to take the support vehicles to the next overnight site, and I mean, it's really busy, really hectic right at first when we first get up, and really until we get on the road. So I'm always anxious to get on the road. So.
State Fair Board has asked that we have wagons that would stay here for the day, tied up. So these wagons are here till 4 o'clock. We'll see. We've got 9 wagons that have volunteered to stay till 4.
Thank you, Noel. We are back here live at the Iowa State Fair, and I am by a horse today. I was raised on a horse. Everybody knows that. I love horses. I'm allergic to them now, so I have to take a pill before I ride them. But I have a gentleman here with me. He looks like Wyatt Earp. He's going to tell us a little bit about the Caravan and the history of it.
My name's Bill Painter, and I'm from New Virginia, Iowa. And we started out of here Sunday morning. We had 2 good days that were a little bit warm. The weather turned cool. It was a blessing. We just really had a wonderful time. It's been a great adventure. You can't say, did you have fun? You'd say it's been a great adventure.
Now, is this your first year doing this, or did you do it the last time they did it?
I didn't do this ride 50 years ago. However, they do have some rides going into Omaha, Nebraska, and I've done those 17 times, and I've done 5 rides down in Texas, very similar. So I'm kind of familiar with doing these kind of rides.
How many miles?
Anywhere from 140 from here to Omaha, and of course it's another day, and then it's 153 miles from Corpus to San Antonio in February. So those rides, but this ride I will have to say was the best organized of all of them, and these are people that have doing these every year. They do those every year. So this has been really remarkable for first time people to put this on. That really impressed me. Everything was in real good order. We didn't have any really serious accidents or problems. There was always, when you got this many animals and this many people, there's always that possibility, and we certainly did fortunate and were blessed.
Well, do you know how many horses and riders? Kathy Swift was saying something about it, but do you have any idea how many there were in this caravan?
There was originally 375 riders registered, and I believe the count was about 475 equine. That includes mules. I didn't ride a horse on this. I rode a mule. So
you did it the right way, right? Now, are any of the wagons, the covered wagons, authentic?
There are several very authentic wagons here. I don't know right behind me to look, but this was one of a very authentic wagon that has the old rubber tired wheels on them that are solid rubber. This is the kind that they use. It was Wormout Lumber Company from Pulaski, Iowa, that had probably the dealer for it. I would be my guess is the way they did those things. But, and I think this one may have been on the ride 50 years ago also.
Well, good deal. That's right in our backyard. So we appreciate this very much. Thank you, Bill, for talking. Where are they?
Okay, my name.
Who are we?
I'm Gary Blaylock from North English, Iowa.
And who's with you?
This is Brenda
Veers.
Veers.
I'm originally from Fairfield, living in American Canyon, California.
She made the whole trip with me, and had a real enjoyable trip, exciting at times, real memorable. I mean, you know, I'd like to do this again in 10 years if I could, and love it. Had a real good time, and it's great to see the people coming in here at the State Fairgrounds, you know. Real nice time. A lot of exciting things happen out there on the trail, you know.
What's the most exciting?
What was the most exciting? I don't know. When you see some mules laying in a ditch, that's not exciting, but it was exciting, but yet you don't like to see anything getting hurt, you know.
What happened to those mules? Anything?
Nothing happened to him. We had a guy get his arm broke the first morning before we left Fairfield. Wagon team got away and got run over. I seen him go down and seen the wagon run over him. We run up there to help him. Brenda was there too.
and got him out from underneath there. I guess he's fine. Another guy fell out of the wagon, and they had to haul him off to the hospital.
And he's doing fine too.
Oh yeah, they're all doing fine, right?
That's
yes.
part of horses.
That's part of horses. That you can expect that. Yes, you can. Another lad from around home, around Keswick, he had a wagon wheel clipped with another wagon, and he went down in the ditch. He jumped up. You know, they give the Iron Britches Award every night, and he won that the one night. He hopped up, and he was back driving that afternoon.
What's this Iron Britches Award?
It's a little pair of iron britches they give. You know, I don't know where they come up with this, but it's real cute. It's iron britches, okay? They're about this high and all, and it's a real nice little award for people. That a lady fell off her horse, and she hopped back up and got it on again, and she won it. And I wish I could remember everybody's name, but I can't, you know. There's too many people to remember, but love a ball. We had a ball out there. I would do it again, and we're going to go again here. I leave after Labor Day, and we'll go on about a 90-mile ride from Wellman, Iowa, to Fort Madison to the rodeo. And there's about 30 of us that go down there. Same thing, we cook out, camp out, stay out, you know, and have a wonderful time. Go down there and spend 4 or 5 days, well, 2 or 3 days after we get there to Fairfield, or to Fort Madison, I'm sorry. And but yeah.
Now, what did Brenda do with you?
Well, she helped me. She was there to help me along and feed the horses, and yeah, whatever I asked her to do, you know. So she lives in California. She called me, and I talked to her on the phone. Never met her before until I met her in Fairfield, so had a good time with her, yeah.
This your team behind us?
Yes, it is.
Will you introduce us to our
Okay, the one on the left over here is Dolly, and the one on the right is Debbie. They're 7-year-old mares. I raised them since they were 6 months old. I bought them at 6 months old. They're Belgian horses, yeah. And I got I got colts at home from them, 2 mares at home. One of them is a yearling, the other's a 2-year-old. And I had the 2-year-old on the ride and got along fine with her. But she'll be better as she gets a little older. She's a young horse, and I'm just getting started in this business. So been a long time. I've had them 7 years, so I'm going. You know, it takes a long time to get going.
But can you introduce us a little bit to the harness?
Oh, well, I bought this harness a year ago at Waverly off of a fella, and it's just a bioplastic harness, a patent leather harness, I guess they call it, and it's real easy to clean. You can wash it with water, and leather's fine too, but it's a lot lighter than, and it's tough. It's real tough, lasts a long time. I like working with it, but I wanted a good set of harness for something like this, and I got it, so, you know.
Now these harnesses, can you just go buy any harness, or do they have to be fitted to the horse?
Well, usually they'll say draft harness, you know, and you can, if you're buying it local or something like that, you can take the horse to the fella and have it fitted. But most of the time, the harnesses will fit most horses. But it's adjustable. It's got different holes in it, be adjusted up or down, so in or out, whatever needs to be done, and get along real good with it. Yeah, we, like I say, had a good time on the ride. And
rig back here behind us.
Yeah, that's the wagon back there. That's my wife standing there next to it, and I got I got 5 grandchildren with me. And my boy is right next to my wife there at the Hawkeye hat on.
You have some awesome grandkids. I've watched them with the horses.
Well, they behave pretty well. Once in a while I have to get on them, but you know.
Oh, I saw them walk 4 miles in.
Oh, yes, they did. They get tired of riding once in a while. I say get off and walk, so they got off and they hightailed it in about 4 miles one day. Got along fine, but I built the wagon from scratch. Got bows up on top. It's not real high, but I didn't want it real high so the wind wouldn't catch it. And but these seats on the front come out of Hancher Auditorium at the University of Iowa, and they're real riding in. And a lot of people like to ride with me. I'm starting to do some weddings now, and I had done one last fall, and I've got one to do here this fall, and I got one to do next spring. So we're just getting going at it. And I got a little chicken in a basket back there on the corner. People ask me if the eggs are breakfast, and I say, well, yeah, they're probably hard-boiled, but now they've made the whole trip. and we can walk back there if you want. That little basket, and had that hen, and my wife had them eggs, so we threw them in there, and a lot of comment on it, yes. And so, you know, like I say, we do a lot of parades over the 4th of July, and I go up to Hudson, Iowa, and I plow with the horses, and I rake hay with the horses, and someday I hope to get a corn planter and plant some corn. So, and this is Dolly, the one you're looking at from this side. Years old and real gentle. I wouldn't have them if it wasn't gentle. And
they're not going to know what to do on a day-to-day with just a 4-mile in.
No, they won't. They're, in fact, the one on the right, Debbie, gets a little antsy, but she always likes to be on the move, you know. But she's quieted down now. She's getting along fine. So.
Okay, introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Bert, and this is Nina Geltner. We're from Ottumwa, but we came from Fairfield to Des Moines today. This is opening day of the State Fair 2004. It's my Percheron team, Percheron draft horses. This is a pad that goes under the collar. It helps spread the load out. This is fly nets. Back in when they worked horses, this is what they used instead of fly spray. I pulled this wagon. This is a Draft Horse Journals wagon.
Banner.
And
is this an original wagon?
no, Jim Reynolds and I made this wagon in 1989.
What's it made of?
It's white oak. White oak wagon and a 5th wheel white oak wagon.
Okay, 5th wheel. What does that mean? I only see 4 wheels.
Well, the 5th wheel's under the front end. You can turn this wagon real sharp if you want to, and this is the kind of wagon that they would have used to haul freight to and from the railroad, from the stores or to the stores from the railroad.
What kind of tongue do we have?
Well, just ash tongue. Ash is a light wood, but it's real stout. And
this 2-horse?
2-horse. They might have put 4 horses on this at one time, but this is pretty much it's a small wagon, and it's a 2-horse wagon for most purposes.
What kind of weight would this carry?
Oh, you'd probably put 4 ton or less on here.
So those horses then are pretty strong.
That's a good load, but this wagon is suspended on springs, and that's what you needed for fragile freight, hauling it around town over the cobblestones or whatever there might be, railroad tracks or something, and that made a smooth ride out of it.
What are the red bars?
Well, that's the single trees. These are the single trees. That's what you hook the tugs into. Each horse has his own single tree.
Okay, and when you're saying tugs, what are tugs? That's
the heavy leather strap that goes along the horse's side from the collar back to the single tree.
Okay, so he gets all the pressure then on his chest?
On the collar, and that's why I have pads under those collars to spread that load out so that they...
Okay.
That team there is probably the biggest team that's on the trail ride this year, and this is a ton-plus team. That means each horse weighs a ton or more.
How many hands?
This horse on this side is over 18 hands, and the horse on the other side is 17.2.
Okay, and a hand is?
A hand is 4 inches.
And I thought Percherons were black.
Most of them are black in the United States. In France, most of them are white.
Is that where they've originated?
Yes, it is where they originated. There are white ones, but most white Percherons started out as grays. And when they were colts, some of them were even black when they were born, and they gradually turned to gray, and then they gradually turned to white in their old age.
Why do you like Percherons?
Well, because the Percheron Draft Horse Association, we have a group of us down here, and we have plowing matches every year. And the Belgians and the Suffolks and Clydesdales, they don't have these plowing matches, and I like to plow with my team. And I've been in 5 states at plowing matches, and I haven't always won, but I always place. And I like to plow with the team.
All right. So when would we find the next? How would we find out about these plowing?
It's usually advertised in the Draft Horse Journal, and I think the next one this fall after harvest will be at Burlington, Iowa. But it'll be advertised in the Draft Horse Journal as to when it is.
Okay.
I was just asked what the most memorable thing was, and I remember the trip from 50 years ago, and just all the fellas I've met again on this time, and the fellowship we have and share. It's good camaraderie all around. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Bob Dunwoody. I was originally from Eddyville. I live in Polk City, and I was on the ride in '54. We joined up at Eddyville and rode from Eddyville on into Des Moines.
Now, we've been hearing about the rain. I want to know, I also heard that the National Guard did something for restrooms. What did the National Guard do for you guys?
I don't really remember because I was just a kid, but I do remember the rain in Oskaloosa because I was sleeping under the wagon that night, and it come up an awful storm, so I had to get up and take my horses and my bedroll to the barn. But I remember the meals we had when we camped at night. They'd have big cast iron kettles full of baked beans and all that, so it was great. And
I'm glad you could be here.
well, I enjoyed it. Yeah.
So this picture is, oh my gosh. And that's what's, oh, that's good.